Stuff to keep in mind in the current context where now there's a new sort of like weird revolutionary moment happening. And that's why I'm focusing on Nick, because Nick's not going anywhere. And I don't know why you'd want him to anyway, because first of all, it's content. Number one, content is king, and Nick is making content. Just Candace and Tucker feasing out, everybody talking about him. The fact that our little sector, I mean, this is like Gamergate, like Charlottesville, Groiper, Baked Alaska, like all this, Ethan, Ralph. Like we have this origin of Nick, and we've sent him as like the real hand grenade to the system. You thought it was Trump? It's Nick. And it's all stupid and gay with all of his fag friends and Kanye and like sucking his cousin's dick, and it's all just like filthy and weird and incel and like nig. But it's fucking them up. It's destroying them. And he's I love it. I just think it's great. It's content. So yeah, Jaden can keep A-logging, and I'm still cool with Jaden. I hope Jaden keeps doing that for the rest of his life. Because it's funny. Even just watching Jaden seethe is part of the content. I've always liked that. Even when I was on Cozy and Jaden was seething about me, I liked it. I thought it was cool because he's just like, this fucking guy, look at him, ha 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 ha, they're gay. I thought it was funny. Like he's gonna dedicate his life to going after Nick, while Nick is dedicated. Like Nick, it's like just because, like justice. Nick is A-logging the Jews. Nick is just an A-log. He's just like a great A-log. And then he has his A-logs A-logging him. So it's like a hierarchy of A-logging. That's how I see it. It's just like the shit flows downhill. And the Jews are A-logging humanity. Sort of. Or something like that. And so then Nick's A-logging the Jews, and Jaden's A-logging Nick. And I'm just watching all these people A-log each other. And I'll partake a little bit here and there. I'm just looking for fees outs. Which, by the way, RPG still has to be blocked on Twitter. I don't know how I could ever get unblocked. It's probably better to keep it that way, but he really hates me, man. It sucks. I don't know. Not that it matters. See, I'm so out of it all. I just like to hang out with these like weirdos. HT comes out now. He's A-logging the Nazis, even though he is one. I like a good contradiction. Ass fucker's lying about what? Tell BigTech if he doesn't stop glazing the Mexican, me and PPP are pulling a feezer on him. Groipers won't take him back because he hates Christianity. He's going to be stranded from Jaden directly. Do it. Think I need you? Feature me. Go ahead. Come after me. I don't think that's true anyway. But what's the casino going to do? What? I mean, I'd be interested to find. Am I wrong? Is there anything anybody can do to me? I mean, like, when are you going to report my channel, get it taken down or something? I mean, that would suck. But like, but what could you? I mean, what are you going to like say something about me that hasn't been said? Are you going to embarrass me or something? Groipers won't take you back. You think I want the Groipers to take me back? I fucking hate the Groipers. No, I always liked Nick. I just hated his friends. Run back the tape. I hated when Nick did the thing with Ollie Alexander, and I criticized him for that. And then all of his gay friends got in his ear and said, you got to get rid of BigTech. So he did. I don't care. But I still liked Nick. And I know that he's like gay and stuff. I don't care about that, actually. And then he's Mexican. I don't care. I never did. Did I? When did I ever care about that? Richard hates Christianity too, and he's on good terms with Nick. Exactly. The only personal problem that I have with Nick, I have one thing that I don't like Nick for, and I kind of like want to make him pay for it if I can. And so I do have this one little thing where I'm being hostile toward Nick, and it's for one reason. And it's because he called Adam Green a Fed and a Jew. And I, like, even more than, well, I don't want to say this. Like, I really hated the Ollie thing. And I really hated all of Nick's friends because they're so gay. But the fact that he, like, dodges Adam. And not only that, if you just want to say, like, I don't agree with him, I think what he's saying is stupid, I'm not interested in having the conversation, I don't need to, I'm a Catholic, fuck you, I'll deal with it. That's one thing. But if you say, that guy is a Fed and a Jew, I get that it's just like whatever, you just say shit on the internet, you feel like you can just like, you know, throw shade or, you know, character assassinate somebody. It's just part of the biz. But I don't like that. I think that that's just, like, that's the gayest, that's gayer than Nick actually fantasizing about his Cowboys. Like, I don't care if he's twisted up sexually or something. And I don't even know if he is. I mean, it seems like it just same to me as the next guy. But I don't fucking care. But that's so gay. It's so gay to do that. So, like, Jay Dyer always running from Adam and Nick running from Adam, I'll always, like, there's a bit of respect that I would like to have for the guy that I don't because of that. Zorna says, I don't hate Nick, even if he's gay, who cares? Yeah, I mean, like, look, I can criticize people, I can laugh at people all I want, but also I wish the best for everybody. And you know, let me tell you out. You know what else is gay? You know what's the gayest shit on the internet? The gayest shit on the internet is people going, why do you like this person? What's wrong with you? How come you have a different opinion about a person than I do? Shut the fuck up, dude. Fuck you. You're so shit. Like, quit it. Knock that off, man. Or don't. I don't care. But I mean, if you're being serious about that, come on. Like, if it's a meme or whatever, if you just want to throw your weight around on the internet and, you know, pick a team and place bets and, you know, root on somebody's downfall, that's fine. If you just have fun making fun of a certain person, you just love doing it, okay, great. But if you, like, care what I think about somebody, like, actually, if you actually care about that, on an ideological, you're a bad person if you don't hate the person I hate. Go fuck yourself. I don't know, like, I hate that thing. BigTech, when Jaden stops believing in Jesus, we'll consider taking his critique seriously. Well, there you go. No, I mean, Jaden, I think it's funny that Jaden is, like, obsessed and spending his life ALOGing Nick. But there's no good in that, right? Like, I don't have to pretend that that's doing something, right? I don't have to pretend like it's a righteous cause. And I'm not calling it unrighteous either, but I don't have to, like, treat it, though, that, oh, we have to make sure that Jaden wins and defeats Nick. Why? For what? No, Jaden's going to make content for people who hate Nick. They can watch Jaden hating on Nick and send him money, and they can clap when Nick, like, fucks up. Oh, Nick farted. Oh, he farted. And we saw he picked his nose. Like, okay, cool. Make content out of that. I don't care. Great. Make memes about it. It's sort of like it's like kind of like worshiping him in a way. It's like an anti-fan club. Great. But, like, am I loyal to a, what's with this loyalty thing? That's the thing. It's like even on Cozy, it was always a loyalty test. Are you loyal to Nick? Well, I mean, yeah, I'm in line. I like what he's doing. I think it's great. I want him to succeed more and more. All right, well, then you're going to like submit to the hierarchy of this gang and show me some respect, or else you're not loyal to Nick. Okay, fuck you. Are you kidding? That's crazy. It's literally red pill and feminism being different sides of the same coin. Yeah, it kind of is. There's a lot to that, actually. That Twitter space debate earlier was crazy. Which one? What? Are you talking about me and Asaric? We were going back and forth. I don't know if that was a debate. But is that what you're talking about? Imagine Beardson pulling rank on you. Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing. Report to Commander Beanson. BigTech still upset that he never got in the GC? Yeah, totally. No, I was in their GC, dude. I was in the Dominicanes thing for like a week or two. I never talked in there because I saw what they were doing. You know what it was? They were just posting the dancing duck ass emoji like 1,000 times. It was just dancing duck ass. The duck butt that's like with the big butt cheeks, it's like bouncing. They were just like spamming that at each other, all of them, and calling each other cute and stuff. And I went like, okay, well, is this some sort of code? Are they talking to me? Is this like Morse code? I have to learn how to decipher it. Why am I here? And then when I called Bosif a homosexual, which he is, and made fun of him for wanting to pray with me, Black Swan, who's also a homosexual, kicked me out of the group chat. And I was like, okay, well, that was cool. All right. I guess that's that. Yeah, and then I'm being called a Fed and stuff by Andrew Anglin, and I'm having to deal with Beardson and Wurzelroot clucking, and Brittany and Mio gossiping, and Ethan Ralph pill spiraling, and Jesus Christ. And I got to pretend that I'm a Christian or like go along with all of this hocus pocus bullshit that they're doing. Oh my God, Nick, I wish you well, dude. You know, fucking, I hope your show does great. I hope you kill it. I hope you take down the system. I hope you win. But fuck this whole crew and all of this scene. It's retarded. It's all so stupid. But that's about it. And yeah. And Nick, you know, I understand Nick's strategy. He's just like, hey, if somebody's gonna offer me a helping hand, I'm gonna take it, and I don't care who they are. So he's just doing that with everybody. He's doing it with Loomer, did it with Ollie Alexander. He's did it with Milo, did it with Kanye. He's just fucking monkey branching his way up into some power. I get that that's what he's doing. But I'm never gonna be just like sweeping and justifying for it. I'm not gonna be part of the. He doesn't need me to do that. I realized that at one point, like, okay, if he needs people to do that, I'm not the guy. Does that make me disloyal? Fine, then I'm not loyal. I still support what he's doing. I still want him to win. He doesn't need me to follow him with a broom. I'm never going to be that guy. I'm not the right guy for that job, so I just need to just, like, get out of there. Do my own thing. And if he does well, I'll be glad. If he fucks up, I'll also be glad that I had some distance from it. I am not part of his thing that he's doing. But that doesn't mean I'm against him. I mean, like, everybody get it straight. I'm not against Nick. I'm not, like, hoping Nick logs off. I was clear from the day I left Cozy. I just want his movement LARP to chill out because I think it's the wrong thing to do. That's just my opinion. All of his Christ is King, holding up the cross, the rosary, everybody's going to become Catholic and the autocracy and stuff. I was like, that's fucking stupid. And in fact, you might get us all killed with that. Because this whole like blood libeling the Jews, it's just like the wrong strategy, in my opinion. But somebody real fucking sharp who's dedicating their life to it does need to attack these people straight on. and rip their system to shreds and expose it and name all the names and make all the connections and get all of that message broadcast to the masses. I want to see that happen. It's fucking Keno, and Nick's doing it. So you want me to be against him? Like, give me a break. It's crazy. BT's in the bargaining stage with Nick. He's avoiding the prison camps. I would also like to avoid being lined up against a wall by groypers. That'd be good. So allow me to throw a bone if I can, and at least, come on. Let me put on record that I'm not against Nick, and I'm not, and I never have been. I might, take some shots at him, have some fun at his expense. I think he can afford it, and it's all good. But if you want me to sit here and just, like, root against Nick or pretend that he's losing or just, like, ALOG, I'm enjoying what he's doing. How are you going to expect me to do that? That's crazy. I know that you might want to see it. Go watch Jaden. Go watch the casino. The CQ guys were even talking about Nick in some semi-positive light yesterday. Dude, I had a conversation with HT about Nick off air the other day. And I broke it down to him. And he was like, wow, I never saw it that way. I'm glad you told me all that. Like, HT only knows about Nick because of, like, all he really knows about him is the memes and the hate. Because the Wignats all hate him, So all of HT's crew just calls him a fucking gay Mexican fed and stuff. And there's reason why they all hate him, because there's been this big factional, like, Nick won. Nick fucked their whole thing up. But I was explaining another side of it to him. And he was listening. He heard me, and he was like, wow, he's doing all that? He's having that kind of effect on their program? Oh, that's why he's doing it that way? That's a strategy? And I was explaining it. And I know he heard me. So, dude, go back and listen to the last conversation I had with Nick. And you'll hear me say right to him. I told it to Nick, and he didn't get it. Or he didn't agree. I didn't have his permission to be this way, and I didn't need it. I'll do what I want. But what I was telling him was true. That even in, remember when Nick was mad at me for talking to RPG? That's when we were talking. I was reviewing RPG on my stream, and Nick came in and was like, what are you doing? Reviewing this guy. Get him out of here. Get that content out of here. This is no good. Why are you broadcasting my haters? And I told Nick, I literally said I'm ministering to these guys. Now, that's weird terminology to use, but that's what I was doing. And look, RPG turned. And it wasn't just because of me. There was the whole Ultras thing that happened. The opportunity for him to jump ship arose. But I already had him there before that opportunity happened, before that event took place, before he got all. And in fact, it might have even been part of that, because RPG was becoming BigTech friendly. Before he turned, he was already becoming friendly to me. I was making myself a bridge to the normal people. And I'm not saying RPG is normal, but like the non-gay, non-incel, regular guys. I was making myself a bridge to regular people. That's kind of like how I was seeing myself on Cozy. The potential that I could have there to be, not that I'm a regular person anyway, I'm weird. But the non-groypers, like the non-incels, non-zoomers. I'm a millennial Gen X cusper. I'm like an old millennial. I'm in the first year of the millennials. So I'm like an original millennial. So, but I'm borderline Gen X. How many of those guys does Nick have on the team? And so that's kind of how I saw myself. It's like, well, all right, I can see how the Medicare sphere and the RPG types and the Keno Casino chuckleheads and all them, I can see how they see Nick. I can see how a regular person sees Nick, and I can sympathize with it, and I can resonate with that. And I can even like maybe bridge, I can show some understanding to why they see him that way, and perhaps present what Nick is doing, or even show I get what you guys are saying, and I still like him, and that creates a conundrum. Then they will go like, huh, how come this guy doesn't hate him? He sees what we see and doesn't hate him. Why is that? And perhaps they'll be able to get to see the thing that I like about Nick, which is beyond the Catboy cringe and the stuff that they are just like, that's all they see. When they see Nick, that's all they see. Gay Mexican Catboy. Ha 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 ha. That's all they see. And I see a little further than some people for some reason sometimes. You know what I mean? Have you noticed that about me? Sometimes I see something else. And that's how I saw myself. I'm like, all right, I'm not a Zoomer. I'm not gay. I'm not a kid. I'm not an incel. I'm not a virgin. I'm not one of these people. I'm not short. I don't fit in with them. So why am I here? Well, just once again, I find myself seeing something that maybe a guy like me normally doesn't see. Most guys in my shoes see all these little nerd incel freaks. And so I thought maybe in time, while I acclimate myself to their culture, if I can tolerate it, maybe others will see a possibility for themselves to tolerate it too. Something like that. Unfortunately, Nick's friends made it impossible, and I ended up having to agree, you know what? These guys are irredeemable. These Beardsons and Wurzelroots and the Bosifs and the Mios, and these people are total shit. That's true. And they even, they pressured Nick hard enough that man, even if you go back and listen to that last conversation I had with Nick about the Ali thing, Nick had every reason to just not hear me out at all. Like, he was being pressed by Milo about some massively damaging and embarrassing scandal, totally distracting from what he was all about. This fucking smiley autist retard is like sending pictures of his dick to a black rapist who's associated with Nick and then blabbing about it. Like, that's crazy. And Nick's having to deal with all that, and that blows. And then here I am, like, whistleblowing on it on his own site. So he had every reason to go, what the fuck? Get this guy out of here. Cancel me. He wasn't even my friend. Like, we weren't pals. And Nick came in heated. He was admonishing me, trying to correct me and everything. But if you go back and listen, by the end of the phone call, he and I were laughing. And it's not just because I schmoozed him or something. Nick was seeing with, like, open-mindedness my perspective. That's not easy to do. That takes a certain level of consciousness and character that most people don't have, for real. Most people are too petty and egotistical. They can't do that. That impressed me. It still does. And during the Andrew Anglin thing, too, Nick handled that. He was like 24. He was like 23 or 24. And he was being pressed. His whole website wanted my blood. They wanted to crucify me on the stream because I was tangled up with Anglin. They wanted to give Anglin a massive W. Anglin is like a legend in Nick's sphere in life and a big influence on Nick, Nick had a lot of respect for. Anglin's like calling for my head. And I'm nobody. I'm new. I was this brand new person. And Nick came in and he was measured and impartial, and he squashed the whole thing. I watched him do it, and I couldn't believe it. I did not. I can't say I didn't expect it. In fact, I was hoping for it, and I thought it was possible because I already saw that Nick was really bright. But I knew that this was like a real test. Like, Nick's going to have to be as exceptional as I could possibly imagine a kid at his age could be to do that. And he did. For those of you who don't know, I'm not going to, those who saw it, you know what I'm talking about. The rest who don't know, it's old lore. You'll have to go back into the archives. But the point is, I see what everybody sees. The cringe and the gay and the incel and the Mexican or whatever all that stuff. I see it. But it doesn't blind me like it does everybody else. I think everybody sees that and they go blind. And I think that's funny.
Thank you for subbing, baby.
Thank you, El Gringo.
El Gringo just gifted 6 subscriptions on Kick.
Hell yeah. El Gringo's going to heaven too. No negativity about Nick will be tolerated here, Jaden. No, it is tolerated. That's the thing is, like, I actually don't care. I like Jaden and his content, and I like the casino. I like Ash and Landy. I like their A-logging of Nick. When they A-log Nick and Ralph, I think it's hilarious, and I laugh. I don't feel bad. It rules. And when Jaden's on a good one, and he's dabbing on Nick, and then pulling up Bryson Gray, and he's making fun of all... saying the worst possible things from the worst possible angle, and I like it. I think it's totally fun. It doesn't offend me, and I enjoy it just as much as the next guy. And I actually don't even think it hurts Nick. That's what's crazy about it. I don't think it hurts him. Like, this is why Ted the other day, when he was like, you guys got to realize that the ALOGs lost, okay? Nick won. Give it up. You lost. There's no winning, dude. The goal of A-logging is not to end his career. It's to have fun. That's how I see it. And it's fun. And I don't think it actually hurts him. It might get under his skin. But people who take that shit seriously are retarded. Like, actually, like, what I mean, it's like they see these things and they go blind. They say, like, oh, gay, incel, Mexican. And they go blind. And they can't see what he's doing. They can't hear what he's saying. They can't see the effect that he's having. They're just like, oh, gay, incel, Mexican. Okay, so you are just a low visibility person. You have to, like, get the squeegee out or something. Because all you see is gay, incel, Mexican. So you're, like, retarded. That's fine. I don't mind that those retards do what they do and make all the noise and have their fun and ring the retard bell and buy 1 million subs in the fun party channel. Like, awesome. Have a good time. And they summon from the Kinoverse somebody like Ashton. This giant fucking mass of A-logging superpower. He's amazing. And that wouldn't exist if all these A-logs didn't hate Nick. And I think it's cool. So I think it's all good. That's how I see it. I think BT hates Owen so much he's just being reactionary. That's what this is all about. Imagine. I even still like Owen. I mean, like, let's be honest. Dude, I'm mad at Owen right now for whatever that means. Like, my energy toward Owen is critical and sort of like more negative than I actually feel toward him, just because he's being lame. He's not being Kino. He's not being, like, funny. He has, like, a bad energy right now. He has, like, a bitch, like a Karen, tattletale energy right now that isn't, like, that's not, he's better than that. So I'm not mad at him. I'm just disappointed. But I like Owen Benjamin. He's just being a faggot right now. Like, that's all. He's just being kind of gay. I'm going to expose this pedophile group of Dude. Come on. I've seen you on stage dressed like Liberace with Steven fucking Crowder in assless chaps. And you're going to throw stones? Unironically? Like, you're the gayest dude I ever saw. if I could make that case too. So like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get over yourself. Just be funny and play piano and like, make something new happen. Come up, remember when he was on the cutting edge of like, oh, I'm gonna be about like the Pajeets and stuff and the moon. It's like, all right, do your fucking thing like that. But like bandwagoning on the Nick Fuentes ankle biting, that's below you, Owen. That's how I feel. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. This is not the content that I want from Owen Benjamin. Just like sitting in my rocking chair, warning people who's about the concern, tone policing. BigTech Anglin is subtly ALOGing Nick at the moment by endorsing Tucker this week as the leader of the movement. Oh, wow. Is the Stormer even still around? I thought it shut down. I stopped checking. Joke's on me. I thought he shut it down. Be funny or shut up, Owen? Exactly. That's really it. Yeah, if Owen's not being funny, I just keep waiting for him to be funny again. I'm getting tired of waiting. I don't want to see him like high-fiving and hugging the bears and it's a family-friendly comedy festival with dome building and dude, be funny. You're a fucking comedian. Like burning the bears and ripping off their money and pissing them off. That's funny. Do that again. Do some scummy shit. Do like something embarrassing on like that has balls, or something. But like, if your script is exactly the same as like some Jew who works for Vice News and you're trying to expose Nick Fuentes and his radical hate and pedophilia, it's like you and Milo and that Jewish woman. What's going on? Yeah, do land scams. Rip off somebody's nigger stole my bike meme and then claim it as your own. Like, do absurd, retarded shit. Like, become a flat earther and get drunk on the stream. Say a bunch of dumb things about the moon landing. Do that. But this, like, I'm going to save the world from Nick Fuentes thing is gay. That's a stupid, stupid arc. Ricardo says, I stopped watching Owen every day when he stopped drinking and fighting with his dog. Dude, exactly. George, it's not logos, George. Those were the streams. Yellow rain jacket, bear head, piano. Amy, bring me another White Claw. That was the peak. Anyway. You know what else started? My bad feeling toward Owen started. Same thing with Nick. When Nick called Adam, my friend, a Jew and a Fed. Now I actually have a problem. That's the first time I actually had a problem with Nick. I didn't like the Ali thing. You know why? Mostly, my main problem with the Ali thing is he associated me with that pervert by bringing him onto Cozy. That I don't care about Smiley. I don't fucking care about Smiley. I care that nigga had a Cozy account and he was streaming there with me. And I even talked to him a couple times. And I didn't know he was a gay rapist. And that's Nick's fault. Like, Nick put me in touch with that freak, and I hate that. So honestly, that's why I felt like Nick's going to take some clapback from me on this one because you fucked up. You brought that guy around. That's on you, boss. If you're running the site, you're going to hear from the crew that, hey, that ain't cool. That was a L. But I don't care about Smiley and his little fucking gay anus. What he wants to do with it, I don't care. Ew, go Go to jail.
I'm trying to like save Smiley from Ali.
You greedy little advantage-seeking fag.
Oh, maybe I can suck a dick to get some access to political influence.
Like, ew, dude. You suck. I don't care about you. You're a bad person. And so this whole like, oh, I've got to protect the Smileys of America. Smiley sucks.